For 22 years, they called me the foster girl. This morning, they called me Miss Sinclair and begged me not to hang up. My name is Claire Bennett. This is the story of how a quiet girl from a basement became the one person who decides whether their family survives. I was taken from the orphanage when I was 4, the Whitmore family, a big house, white columns, the kind half the street in Boston has. Margaret Whitmore, my adoptive mother, told the relatives on the very first day, "Well, Victoria will have company now, and an extra pair of hands around the house." Not daughter, hands. They put me in the basement, not a bedroom, a storage room with a bed pushed into it. The washing machine hummed through the wall all night. By 8 years old, I had a list. Every morning, empty the dishwasher, iron father's shirts, check Victoria's school bag. Victoria was still asleep. I wasn't a sister. I was a schedule. At 14, I had a fever of 104. Margaret touched my forehead and said, "If you can talk, you can serve dinner to the guests." I served dinner with 104 fever. No one noticed. At Victoria's engagement party, 200 guests, cameras, champagne, Margaret took the microphone and said, laughing, "And this is Claire, our little charity project. God knows where she'd be without us." The room laughed. I stood there holding a tray of champagne glasses. I smiled. I served the drinks. On my own birthday this year, no one at the table remembered it was my day. Richard was on his phone. Victoria left early with friends. Margaret asked me to bring her pills and turn off the hallway light. Before bed, I brought them. I turned off the light. I went down to the basement. I sat in the dark. And I knew, enough. The phone rang, an unknown number. "Claire Bennett, my name is the attorney for Arthur Sinclair, your biological father. He's been searching for you for 22 years. Arthur Sinclair, founder of Sinclair Capital, $3 billion in assets, a name every developer on the East Coast knows. He died 4 months ago. He never got to meet me, but he left a will, everything, to me. And one more detail that took my breath away. 3 years ago, when Richard Whitmore's business nearly collapsed, he took an emergency loan from the Sinclair Capital Fund, my father's fund. For 22 years, they called me their servant. And the whole time, they were staying afloat on my family's money. I didn't scream. I didn't run to tell anyone. I just signed the documents and asked the attorney for one thing. Send the Whitmores an official demand, full early repayment of the loan, 14 days. 3 days later, Richard ran down into the basement. The first time in 22 years he'd ever come down there. "Claire, the fund is calling in the whole debt. If we can't cover it, total bankruptcy." I was folding laundry. I didn't look up. Margaret came down. She looked at me the way she always did, right through me. "And what exactly is she supposed to do?" she said to Richard. I set the laundry down. I went up to the kitchen. I put the call on speaker, right in front of them. "This is Miss Sinclair, regarding the Whitmore case. I'm taking personal control of it." "Of course, Miss Sinclair. Should we send the car at 8? "Yes." The silence in the room got so thick you could hear the faucet dripping. "Sinclair," Margaret whispered, "whose daughter are you?" "Arthur Sinclair's, the founder of the fund holding your debt. You never once asked my real last name in 22 years. That was your choice." Richard opened his mouth to say something. I didn't give him the chance. "You have 2 options. 1, I demand the full debt, and by the end of the month, you're bankrupt. 2, I take the controlling stake in your company, and you both keep working. For me. On my terms." Margaret grabbed the edge of the table. "And the basement," I added, putting on my coat. "Turn it into a gym. I won't be needing it anymore." The next morning, a black sedan with the Sinclair Capital emblem was waiting outside. The driver opened the door and gave a slight bow. "Good morning, Miss Sinclair." I knew Margaret was watching from the second-floor window. I didn't look up. For 22 years, she called me the foster girl. Today, I'm on my way to decide whether she still has a roof over her head, and this is only day 1. Subscribe right now. In the next episode, Margaret comes to my office herself, uninvited, to ask for the very thing I spent 22 years asking her for. Tell me in the comments, would you have forgiven a family like this, or made them pay for every year of it?